0.9 a return. Decorah right now averaging 53 yards a kickoff return. That is fourth best in any class in the state of Iowa. Jake Hovden and Cole Sweska back deep for Decorah. Hovden among the state leaders at 53.7 a return. He also has a touchdown. Cole Sweska, one return for 30 yards. Hovden last week became the first player since Martin Stolberger in 2010 to have a kick and a punt return in the same season for Decorah. Undefeated matchup. We're ready to go. Mitch Dimmer has the okay from the officials. Here is the approach, and we're underway with week number 5 at Homecoming 2013. Hovden has it at the 9, runs to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, opening to the 25, 30. Jake still on his feet, and he is wrestled down at the 35-yard line. Hovden with a nice return. Nathan Wegman brought him down 26 yards on the return. Good field position for Decorah.
I've seen Jake enough on punt returns and kickoff returns to know that he really does a good job of not trying to outrun the help of his teammates. Again, he kind of hid and hesitated behind and then hit the seam in a nice return.
Vikes right to left in the first quarter. Football left or near side. Hash mark 1st and 10 from the 35. Two tight ends and split backs. Meyer split to the left side. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Savarov, has a hole off left guard, exploits it across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Jake Voss the stop, a gain of 8.
Yep, good hole opened up on the dive play by the offensive line. You'll start with 8 yards on first down every time.
2nd down and 2 it'll be from the Decorah 43-yard line. Football left or near side, hash mark. Kyle Kane split to the right side. Off to the left is Dylan Henning. Wing back left is Cole Sweska. Split backs Joe Hansen and Savarov behind Bryce Pierce. Under his center, Sean Truan takes the snap, short drop, throws the right side. Catch is made by Kane at the 50, tackled immediately, but with first down yardage. They're going to mark him at the 49. Joey Glubka brought him down.
Well, good timing on just a little out pattern to our receiver, and give the defender credit too. He closed quickly and made a sure tackle, but we pick up the 1st and 10.
2 plays into the game, no score. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Decorah territory. Football right or far side hash mark. Roar to the left side. Wing left is Sweska. Tight end right Kane. Split back Savarov and Joe Hansen. Here's Pierce takes, gives to Joe Hansen. Tries to squeeze his way off right guard. Moves ahead to the 47-yard line. Brought down by the middle of the line. Richard Heveron, a 6-foot, 276-pound tackle, brought him down.
Not the cleanest hole off tackle there. Pretty good job by West Delaware's defensive line to close that down, but you still picked up 4 yards.
2nd and 6 at the West Delaware 47-yard line. Meyer to the near left or wide side of the field. Sweska wing left, tight end right is Kane. Split back Savarov and Joe Hansen. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Savarov, sweeping left, a block from Ashbacker. Runs to the 45 to the 40 and tripped up. They'll mark him near the 40-yard line on the left or near side hash mark. The tackle to Ryan Solomon, and the Vikes move the sticks again.
Well, a real good team play. The blocking was there to get his shoulders and hips turned upfield, and of course a big back like Savarov can make a yard or 2 extra when he gets hit. So a good team play.
2 minutes in, no score. 1st and 10 from the West Delaware 40. Sweska to the right side, 2 tight ends. Split backs with Savarov and with Joe Hansen. Football left or near side hash mark. Pierce dropping back to throw, throws the right side, nearly intercepted, and frankly should have been intercepted. Kyle Kane, the intended receiver, at the 35-yard line. Lammers, the man who should have picked off the ball right there, dropped it. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, just a little underneath zone defense there, it looked like, and made the wrong read, and fortunately the linebacker dropped the football.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. Football left or near side hash mark. Roar split to the left side. Wing back left is Sweska. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Joe Hansen and Savarov. Sweska in motion left to right. Pierce takes the snap, pitch to Joe Hansen. Right side, looks to turn upfield. Exploits a little bit of a hole as a flag goes down at the 37-yard line. The tackle will go to Riley Ryan. Flag came from the referee behind the play.
Well, it looked like it was going to be better than what it ended up, and of course now it's not very good at all because there's a offensive hold on our part. But we had 2 blocks at the point of attack, but they really closed really quick with about 3 guys in a good collision. But no matter what, it would have come back because there was an offensive hold.
The illegal block technically is the call. 2nd and 18 it'll be from the West Delaware 48-yard line. 9:45 to play, first quarter, no score. Football towards the right or far side hash mark. Meyer to the left side, wing back left is Sweska, tight end right is Kane, split backs with Savarov and with Johansson. Pierce under his center, Sean Truan. He takes the snap, he gives up the middle to Johansson. Hole runs to the 40, lowers the shoulder to the 35 and gets brought down. They'll mark him at the 34-yard line. Jody Glubka, the man that brought him down, a gain of 14.
Yeah, pretty nice blocking on the trap play there, and Holt finished it off with a good, tough run. It's nice to get yourself to a manageable third down here.
3rd and 4 from the 34-yard line. This is the first third down attempt on the drive for Decorah. Football towards the right or far side hash mark in West Delaware territory at the 34. Henning split to the left near side. Tight end left, Sweska. Tight end right, Kane. This time it's an I formation with Johansson and Savarov. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Savarov behind Holt, right side. Moves the pile forward inside the 30 to the 29. A first down and ankle tackle of Austin Bishop brought him down.
Good line surge at the point of attack, giving our back, Savarov, a good chance to head north and south. And then, as I already said once in the broadcast, a big back like him, if he just stays low and lowers his shoulder, is going to get another half yard or more.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line. 8.5 to play, first quarter, no score. Rohrer to the right side, Sweska to the left. Wing back right is Kane, I formation, Savarov and Johansson. Football right or far side hash mark, drive to throw. Bryce Pierce, nice protection. Swings it out left side, incomplete. Going for Johansson, covered one-on-one by Voss at the 25-yard line. The pass just off target. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, there might have been room to sneak that one in, but little overthrown there on the touch pass.
2nd and 10 from the 29-yard line. Vikes 1 of 3 going to the air to this point. Football resting on the right or far side hash mark. Tight end right is Kane. Tight end left is Sweska. Split to the left near side is Meyer. I formation with Savarov and Johansson. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan facing a 4-man front. He takes the snap. He gives to Johansson up the middle, blasting off left guard to the 25-yard line. Knocked back there by a slew of West Delaware defenders. It's a gain of 4 yards to set up a 3rd and 6.
Well, anytime you pick up 4 more yards, it's somewhat of a positive play. We do have a 3rd down now and a little over 5, but again, not a bad looking play on our part on that 2nd down run.
7:50 to play, first quarter, no score. 3rd and 6 from the 25-yard line in West Delaware territory. 2 tight ends, I formation. Henning split to the left near side. Football right or far side hash mark. Pierce takes, gives to Savarov behind Holt left side, slanting left inside the 20, moving ahead to the 17. It'll be a first down. They'll mark him at the 18. The stop to Jake Voss.
And Savarov did another good job of finishing that run. I thought he might have had a cut up earlier, but he did a good job of lowering the shoulder and making sure he picked up the first down. 1st
and 10 at the 18-yard line in West Delaware territory. The football this time on the left or near side hash mark. Rohrer split to the right or far side, as there is either an equipment issue or apparently a shoelace came untied. And Jonathan Ellsburn will get his shoe retied with some assistance by the always friendly and generous Sean Truan. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line. Rohrer to the right side, Sweska wing right. Tight end left is Kane, I formation, Savarov and Johansson. Sweska in motion right to left. Pierce keeps it on the belly left side, squeaks inside the 15 and gets dragged down at the 14-yard line on the near side. Numbers, the tackle will go to Carter Frick.
Well, that was the ride belly keep by the quarterback, offensive left, and again, anytime you can get that 4 yards on that first down, that makes it so that you have a pretty good manageable rest of the downs on the 1st and 10 try.
6:47 to play, first quarter, no score. 2nd and 6 from the West Delaware 14. 13th play of the drive. Receivers left and right. Wing left is Kane, I formation, Savarov and Johansson. Give to Michael off the left side, finds an opening to the 10. He's inside the 5 and brought down at the 4-yard line. The combination of Brent Lammers and Jake Voss bring him down on the near side. Numbers it's 1st and goal, Decorah.
Yeah, that power play has treated us pretty well thus far, and Savorov did another nice job, hit the hole hard, and now we're getting down there pretty close.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Football left or near side, hash mark for Decorah. Sean Truan goes out over the football. Tight end right will be Kane. Tight end left will be Sweska. Split backs with Johansson and Savarov. Split to the left near side is Henning. Pierce calls the signals, takes the snap, gives to Holt. He is cut down right near the line of scrimmage and dragged down for no gain. 2nd down upcoming as he's brought down right along the hash mark by Tyler Miller, amongst others.
Well, that's the best line play at the point of attack that the Manchester Hawks have done. There was absolutely no crease at all and no gain at all.
14th play of the drive right here. Now officially 2nd and goal from the 4. Savarov and Johansson split behind Pierce. 2 tight ends and Rohrer split to the left near side of the field. Give to Johansson. Right side. He's in. Touchdown. Great blocking behind Ashbacker and Whittle on the power right side. Holt Johansson with touchdown number 7 on the season. 6-0 Decorah. Beautiful drive to start the night.
Yeah, huge drive to get things started. It's always nice to score on your first possession. It's even better when you take 6.5 minutes off the clock. An ideal start to this football game.
65 yards, 14 plays, taking 6 minutes, 26 seconds off the clock. And Andy Sinkink is 12 for 13 on the PATs. He's made his last 12. Carter Zidlicki is the long snapper. Drake Skuring is the holder. Snap, spot, kick. It is up and no good. Badly shanked to the left or near side. It's 6-0 Decorah. 5:34 to play first quarter. Let's take a break for Dick Cuvalier and Troy Whitehill with Edward Jones Investments.
Broadcast live on KCRG 9.2 and KCRG.com. You can catch the replays on 9.2.
5:34 left here in quarter number 1. It is a 6-0 lead for Decorah. 5 games, 5 first drives, 5 touchdowns for Decorah. Extra point was no good. A little bit of a rushed extra point there, Coach.
Yeah, I say Andy had a little anticipation and a little nervousness on that extra point and hurried it because the snap and the hold looked pretty good.
Cole Sweska will kick off from right to left. Back deep is DeAndre Daniels, 39-yard average. He took one back, 97 for a score earlier this year. Timmy Tutton is averaging 16.2 a kick. Sweska averaging 51 a kickoff. Here's the approach. It is deep. It is not playable. It almost goes right through the uprights. Cole Sweska showing the leg off the last couple of weeks, fellas.
Yeah, and it's a real advantage to be able to put that ball into the end zone and make the opponent start at the 20 every time out. You know, good way to start the defensive drive here.
So first offensive play for West Delaware. On the first defensive series of the game, Decorah has had 2 3-and-outs and has forced 2 turnovers in the first 4 games. West Delaware out of the huddle, moving left to right, trailing 6-0. In the pistol set for the moment is Brent Lammers. And now they will send 4 receivers to the right side and single receiver off to the left. Lammers will start Russell in motion, and he'll run it to the left side. He's hitting the backfield and brought down on the far side hash mark. Austin Ashbacker read it well. Kyle Kane helped him out. Michael Savarov also there. Gain of about a yard, 2nd and 9.
That's called playing disciplined position football. You don't try to overdo. You play your assignment, and then when the ball doesn't come, of course, you run to the ball. But we did a really good job.
2nd down and 9 from the West Delaware 21. Snap to Lammers, dropping back to throw, pumping once. Throwing deep down the left side, going for his intended receiver. Tutton incomplete. He overshot him at the Decorah 40-yard line. Sweska had pretty nice coverage up the far sideline as well. It's 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, pretty good coverage on the back end by all 4 guys. That's what you want to force, the throwaway, the overthrow.
3rd and 9 rather from the 21. 6-0 Decorah. 5:01 to play quarter number 1. 3 receivers to the right side, single receiver off to the far side left. Football on the left or far side hash mark. Lammers will be in the pistol with Russell, the running back, behind him. Lammers takes the snap, drops back to throw, fires the right side. Too tall, incomplete. Wegman was cutting open Over the middle near the 30-yard line. Dolly had the coverage, a 3-and-out from the West Delaware offense.
Yeah, when you get a receiver breaking is open, and he was open, you gotta give him a chance to catch the ball. The receiver didn't have a chance to catch the ball. It was way too tall.
So 4th and 9 from the 21-yard line. Lammers is the punter as well, averaging 38-8 a punt, with Hovden and Sweska back deep near the 46-yard line. Its snap is dropped by Lammers. He'll roll out to his right side. He's being chased by Severson. He's tripped up. He's knocked out of bounds by Michael Savarov. A special teams mistake for West Delaware knocks out Lammers at the 17-yard line. The Vikes are set up in golden field position. 4:49 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah.
Yeah, that's a big miscue early on in this ball game. Special teams are huge, and that time, miscue by West Delaware sets us up with pretty great field position.
From the West Delaware 17, moving right to left. Football left or near side, hash mark, 4:49 to play, first quarter, 6-0 Decorah. Kane tight end right, wing left is Sweska. Split left is Meyer. Split backs with Hovden and Johansson. Pierce under center. Long count at the line. Takes the snap. Gives on a wing back sweep to Sweska. Right side. Gets a block from Ellsburn to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Touchdown! 7 minutes and 18 seconds into this one. It's 12-0 Decorah.
Well, they didn't even have any resistance on the side that we ended up running the ball. It was a wing back sweep to the right. There wasn't any white shirts that you had to really contend with the speed of Sweska. All he had to do was angle farther out to the goal line and the pylon and made it look easy.
This time Bryce Pierce will attempt the PAT. He's 2 for 4 in set category. Drake Schuring will be the holder, and Carter Zidlicki will be the snapper. Snap, spot, kick. It is up, and it is good. 13-0 Decorah, 4:42 to play, quarter number 1. Let's take a break for the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate. One of the things we mentioned on the Viking Football Nuggets blog this week is how Decorah has been a great starting team, and another week, and you couldn't ask for a better start for Decorah. 2 touchdowns, a special teams miscue of West Delaware's give the Decorah great field position, and one play later, Cole Sweska with his first touchdown of the season. And now Cole will kick off from right to left to restart the ball game. DeAndre Daniels and Timmy Tutton back deep for West Delaware. Sweska has put now 4 into the end zone, and they've all come in the last 2 weeks. Here's the approach and the kick. This one deep and not playable again. That one landing 5 yards deep. These aren't cheap touchbacks either, Coach.
No, the first kickoff was to the back line in the back of the end zone. He's got a little help with the wind when you look out there, but that's just showing good improvement from the start of the season to where he's at right now. He had good height all the time, and now he not only still has the good height, he's got good distance too.
West Delaware will move left to right. Football in the center of the field. They trail it 13-0 with 4:42 to play here, quarter number 1. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Tight end on the right side of the line. Tight end on the left side of the line. Lammers is by himself in the shotgun formation. Tutton in motion left to right. Here's Lammers on his own read play right side. Runs across the 20, gets dragged down near the 24-yard line. Brought down on the play by Dustin Carey with assistance from Sean Truan. It's a gain of 4.
Yeah, the first pretty good surge there from the West Delaware offensive line. Like I said, his own read look, and Lammers made the right choice and cut it up 4 yards.
2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. 2 receivers left, single receiver right, tight end on the right side of the line. Lammers will be in the pistol. Standing behind him is Corey Russell. Timmy Tutton in motion left to right. Here's the give to Russell off the right side. Gets across the 25 and brought down on the near side. Numbers at the 26-yard line. Hard hit from Jake Hovden and Holt Johansson. Gain of 2, 3rd and 4. 4 minutes to play first quarter. 13-0 Decorah.
It looked like the opportunity to get a better gain was there, but give our blue shirts, the Vikings, credit for getting right back to the ball carrier and making a good tackle.
3rd down and 4 for West Delaware. They're 0 of 1 on 3rd down conversions. Lammers in the gun by himself, takes the snap, rushes on. He's being approached by Ashbacker. He got away from him. He runs to his right side. He fires towards the sideline, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Wegman, covered well by Holt Johansson at the 35-yard line. It's 4th down.
Yep, good job by the defensive backs, sticking with the receiver. Quarterback had a lot of time as he scrambled out of the pocket, but a good job of staying with the receivers, not letting a big play happen.
Vikes are keeping their regular defense on the field since Lammers is in the pistol set. He is the quarterback, and he always lines up in a pistol set anyway. And now he's going to retreat, and Jake Hovden will retreat to field the punt. Lammers catches the snap, and it's off the side of his foot. It bounces at the 47. Hovden going to take it on the far side. Hash mark at the 40. Runs straight ahead to the 45 to the 50. Jake pinballs inside. West Delaware territory. Breaks free. Jake Hovden 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! Special things happen when Jake Hovden catches the football. 60-yard punt return for a score. 19-0 Decorah.
It's a combination of, again, patience on Jake's part, doing some good twisting and spinning, and some poor tackling on West Delaware's part, but it adds up to a Decorah 6-point score.
Bryce Pierce will try the PAT out of the snap of Carter Zidlicki, out of the hold of Drake Skuring. Snap, spot, kick. It is up, and it is good. 3:12 to play, quarter number 1. It's 20-0 Decorah. And let's take a timeout for Rockweiler Appliance and TV. Well, a good start, fellas. 3:12 to play first quarter. Vikes up 20-0. But Luke, with the big playability of West Delaware, there's a lot of football to play yet.
Yeah, pretty lethal passing attack on the other side, so you got to stay focused. There's a lot of football left to be played tonight.
Kicking off from right to left will be Cole Sweska. A little bit of wind at his back. So Decorah ended up getting the best of both worlds with the coin toss tonight, as they got both the ball and the wind the way it worked out. Here's the approach by Sweska and the kick. This one is going to be a little shorter, but Tutton catches it a yard deep in the end zone. Wasn't as thrilling of a touchback as the other ones, but you know what? Job still got done.
Very, very good, because, again, they have to start at the 20-yard line. So Sweska doing a heck of a good job.
20-0 Decorah, 3:12 to play, quarter number 1. Moving left to right will be West Delaware, as Lammers gets the play from head coach Doug Winkowitz. Up front, Decorah will have Severson, Whittle, Savaroff, and Ashbacker. Linebackers right now are Leaps and Johansson. In the secondary, Carey, Henning, Hovden, Meyer, as well as Brady Dolly. Receivers left and right, slot left, slot right, Tutton in motion left to right. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell left side, runs across the 20, gets dragged down at the 22-yard line. Looked like there was a big hole there, then there ended up being. Good job by Eric Severson, the right side defensive end, keeping contained.
Yep, well played by Severson there. He shut down that hole and got a good stop.
2nd and 8 from the 22-yard line. Lammers in the shotgun, 3 receiver set, 2 left, 1 right, football on the left or far side hash mark. Lammers in the pistol with Russell behind him. Russell gets the handoff, big hole left side, runs across the 25, gets dragged down just shy of the 30-yard line. He's going to be inches shy of a first down. In fact, they're going to be close enough to measure Eric Severson, the man that brought him down. In fact, they are going to move the sticks. West Delaware's first down of the night comes at the 2:34 mark of the first quarter, 20-0 Decorah.
Well, he had a good hole to go through, and he exploited it well because he hit it quickly and stayed low and moved the sticks.
1st and 10, 30-yard line. Receivers left and right, 2 tight ends. Pistol set as Lammers takes the snap, rolling out to his right side. Lammers with plenty of time, throws the right side catch, made at the 40 by Wegman, dragged down right at the 40 in front of the Decorah bench by Brady Dolly. It's a gain of 10 and a first down.
Yep, Lammers was able to buy some time with what looked like designed rollout, threw the crossing route on the money.
First and 10, West Delaware at the 40-yard line. 3 receivers to the left side. Football on the near side right hash mark. Wegman, the tight end, right side of the line. Lammers will be in the pistol, and Russell will stand behind him. 2:10 to play, first quarter, 20-0 Decorah. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell once again, bouncing right to the outside. Runs to the 45, breaks a tackle, gets inside Decorah territory, and brought down from behind by Riley Rue at the Decorah 49, outside the numbers in front of the Decorah bench. Gain of 11, first down.
Well, the back did a good job, Russell, in bouncing it wider than I think they had that play designed, and he hit it hard and got a good 11-yard gain for the Hawks.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line. Football right or near side hash mark in Decorah territory. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. In motion right to left goes Jake Boss. Give to Russell, left side. Hit near the 49-yard line. Escapes 1 tackle. Keeps charging forward and gets dragged down at the 45-yard line. Brought down on the play by Riley Rue. Help came from Holt Johansson, but a nice individual effort for Russell to get 3 to the 46.
Yeah, it looks like we had that one swallowed up pretty close to the line of scrimmage, but a pretty good effort by the back to turn that into a nice little game.
2nd and 7 at the 46. 2 receivers either side. Lammers in the pistol, Russell behind him. Now they will shift to 3 receivers to the right and 2 receivers to the left. Football right or near side hash mark. Lammers sends Tutton in motion. They'll give it to him on a fly sweep to the left side. He's hit by Austin Ashbacker, escapes that tackle, finished off by the combination of Jonathan Ellsburn and Holt Johansson right near the 47-yard line. Gain of 0, 3rd and 7.
In order for those kind of running sweeps to work, you got to really hold your block quite long, and Ashbacker got off his block. He didn't make the tackle, but he gave us enough time for 2 defenders to come up and finish it off.
35 seconds left, first quarter, 20-0 Decorah. 2 receivers right, single receiver left. Now they shift. They'll send 4 receivers to the right, near wide side, and a single receiver to left. Russell in motion right to left, taking the snap. Lammers. He has time. He rolls to his right. He's hit by Whittle as he throws to a wide open man, and it's dropped at the 20. Demers was open at the 20-yard line. Miscommunication in the Decorah zone between Hovden and Dolly. A serendipitous play for Decorah.
Yeah, that post route came from the opposite side of the field, and the zones on the back end got mixed up. Fortunate enough, he dropped the football. 4th and 8 from the 47, 18 seconds to play. Quarter number 1, 20-0 Decorah. They'll send 3 receivers to the left, or 2 receivers to the left, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Lammers now will retreat to a punt formation. The snap back to Lammers in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. Coming down to Hovden at the 17. Makes the catch, running to his left. He's hit by Wegman, and he's brought down at the 20-yard line. So the punt goes 30. Jake returns it 3. 9.7 to play here in quarter number 1. A 20-0 lead for Decorah. And the Vikes will start with their worst field position, moving right to left at the 20-yard line.
Darren, I've never figured it out as a punter why, when there's only a single return man, you punt right to the return man. That's beyond my...
Doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense to me either. No. Luke? You're a college-educated man.
Hey, not yet. Not quite yet.
You're a government intern. First and 10, 20-yard line. Split backs in the backfield. Wing right is Dolly. Pierce under his center. Truin takes the snap, gives to Johansson. Hole off the left side, runs across the 20 to the 28-yard line. Finished off there by Jake Foss, and that'll finish off quarter number 1. Vikes leading here after quarter number 1 by a 20-0 margin. And let's take a break for Hovden Oil. Quarter number 1 done, 20-0 Decorah. A Johansson 4-yard touchdown run, a Sweska 17-yard touchdown run, and a Jake Hovden 60-yard punt return. Vikes outgaining West Delaware 100 yards to 36, outrushing them 94 to 26. West Delaware outpassing Decorah 10-6. Decorah 6:42 time of possession. West Delaware 5:18. Decorah 2 of 2 on third downs. West Delaware 0 for 1. Michael Savara, 5 rushes, 37 yards. Holt Johansson, 7 rushes, 36 yards and a score. Cole Sweska, 1 for 17 and a score. Bryce Pierce, 1 for 4. Pierce, 1 of 3 passing, 6 yards. The intended recipient on that pass was Kyle Kane. Coy Russell leading the way for West Delaware, 5 for 26. Lammers 2 for 5. Tim Tutton 1 for -1. Lammers just 1 of 5 passing thus far for 10 yards. The recipient on that pass is Nathan Wegman. Vikes will return to action from the 28-yard line, this time moving left to right and leading by a 20-0 margin. 2nd and 2 from the 28-yard line. Split back Savaroff and Johansson. Give to Savaroff off the left side. Plowing the way forward is Ashbacker, and Savaroff gets brought down in front of the West Delaware bench at the 33. It'll be a first down on a sweep to the left side. DeAndre Gray, the man that brought him down.
Yeah, pretty good job by Ashbacker to keep his feet moving on that block and finished it pretty well, picking up a first down.
Vikes leading that time of possession stat. That was going to be key earlier tonight as the football rests at the 34-yard line. First down and 10. Vikes moving left to right. Meyer to the right side. Rohr off to the left. Tight end left is Dolly. Split backs with Savaroff and Johansson. Give to, hold up the middle, squeezes through off right guard for a couple to the 35. Brought down on the far side hash mark. First contact to Drew Cole. It's 2nd down.
Well, that time you got to give the win to the Hawks. They were pretty stout where we wanted to run right straight ahead with our fullback, and obviously then not much of a gain, 2 yards.
2nd and 8 from the 36-yard line. To the left side, Meyer. Wing left is Dolly. Tight end to the right side, Kyle Kane. Split back, Savaroff and Johansson. Football left or far side, hash mark. Dolly goes in motion. Pitch right coming to Johansson. Turns upfield. He's to the 35 to the 40. A block from Ashbacker to the 45, and DeAndre Davis shoves him to the near sideline at the West Delaware 49-yard line. A well-executed quick pitch, 8:15 to the good, first down.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line getting out there, and Holt did a nice job of following him around the outside for first down.
First down and 10 at the 49-yard line, West Delaware territory. 10:52 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah. Vikes have scored every time they've touched it to this point. Heading to the right side, wing right is Dolly, tight end left is Kane. Football right or near side hash mark with split backs, Savaroff and Johansson. Give is to Dolly on a wing back sweep and brought down right at the 49-yard line. A solo stop by Brett Lammers. It's a gain of a yard.
Yeah, just a good tackle on Lamber's part. It was one-on-one at the back against the defensive back, and I'd have to say the defensive back won that battle.
Second down and 9 from the 49 or 48-yard line. To the right side, Cole Rohr. Wing back right, or tight end right is Dolly. Tight end left is Kane. Split backs Johansson and Savaroff. Football left or far side hash mark. Give to Johansson straight ahead off left guard, spinning away from a defender at the 45 and gets brought down between the hash marks on the far side, or in the middle of the field rather, at the 42-yard line. Lammers again the stop, but a nice gain of 6 on 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it was a good tough run by Holt. He squirted out of one tackle for an extra yard or two, setting up another manageable third down for us.
Vikes are 2 of 2 on third down conversions. This one from the West Delaware 44-yard line. 9:46 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah. Meyer to the far left side, wing back left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and Savaroff. Bryce Pierce under his center. Sean Truan takes the snap, gives to Savaroff. Left side fighting ahead inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. And a first down. He is brought down on the play by Colin Weber.
And again, give the offensive point of attack blockers some credit for giving the backs of Savaroff a good north-south opportunity, and with the good running that he does, run in and run out, he's pretty hard to bring down.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, which started at the Decorah 20-yard line. It's now at the West Delaware 38. Football left or far side hash mark. Heading to the left side, wing left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs in the backfield. Counter play left side to Savaroff. Open field. He's to the 30, to the 25, and brought down. Demers the man that brought him down on the far sideline near the 23-yard line. 15-yard gain for Savaroff and a first down.
Yeah, a little trap play was executed pretty well. Big hole coming back to the left side, and ran it well for a big gain.
First and 10 from the 22-yard line, so call it a gain of 16 on the previous play. Rohr to the left side. Tight end right, Kane. Wing left is Dolly. Split backs with Savaroff and Johansson. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan takes the snap. Counter come to Dolly right side. He's inside the 20 and spun down at the 16-yard line. The man that brought him down was Austin Bishop, the leading tackler for West Delaware, but a gain of 6 yards.
And the good thing I see is when the ball carrier's going down, when they finally do get him down, we've had 3 or 4 guys almost on every play that have blocked, and they too have been on the ground, meaning they've really tried to help the ball carrier at the point of attack and beyond.
8:10 to play, second quarter, 20-0 Decorah. 2nd and 4 from the 16-yard line. Give up the middle to Johansson, and he's spun down immediately. Good job of staying home by the defensive tackle, and that was Brian Solomon. It's a gain of a yard. 3rd and 3 from the 15-yard line.
Yeah, right there. Just beat at the point of attack. Not going to get much done when you can't move them off the ball.
Vikes 3 of 3 on third downs. This is a 3rd down and 3. Football in the exact center of the field at the 15-yard line. Vikes moving left to right, leading 20-0. Heading to the left side, wing left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Savaroff and Johansson. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan sends Dolly in motion left to right. The give is to Johansson. No, it's a belly right side, and Pierce plows ahead to near the 11-yard line. He will be close to a first down, and if the spot is correct, it should be a first down. Brent Lammers, the man that brought him down.
Well, quarterback keeper right. When you're making yardage on the off-tackle hole with your fullback, you usually can draw quite a crowd to that man when you put it in his gut and then take it out, and Pierce is able to pick up the 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Football right or near side hash mark. Cole Rohr to the left side. Wing back left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kyle Kane. Split backs with Johansson and Savaroff. Pierce under his center. Truan sending Dolly in motion left to right. Give to hold up the middle. Bouncing left to the side. Inside the 5 and brought down at the 4.
Yeah, pretty good job by Holt there. That wasn't designed to go to the left, but once he saw it plugged up, he cut back that way and made a nice gain.
A gain of 6, and Scott Taylor had the tackle on the previous play, so it's a 2nd down and 4 at the 5-yard line, already down to the 6:38 mark of the second quarter, and the Vikes leading by a 20-0 margin. Breitenmeyer to the left side. Wing back left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and with Savaroff. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan sends Dolly in motion left to right. The give is to Holt right side. Bouncing right to the outside. Lunging ahead inside the 5. Down to the 1-yard line. He'll get the first down to set up a 3rd down and goal. Coming down in the arms of Colin Weber.
Again, as Luke mentioned on the last play, Johansson again wasn't meant to go outside. The hole that was designed for that play was plugged, and he just bounced it a little farther out and made some yardage out of it.
13th play of the drive, 6-minute mark, second quarter, 1st and goal for Decorah. Heading to the left side, wing left is Dolly, tight end right is Kane. Split backs with Johansson and Savaroff. Pierce under his center, Sean Truan sends Dolly in motion left to right. He sneaks it off the right side, does Pierce, and he's in for the touchdown. Bryce Pierce with rushing touchdown number 2 on the season. It's 26-0 Decorah with 5:48 to play second quarter.
Yeah, that was my favorite play to call back in the day, the old quarterback sneak, and Bryce executes it well enough to get in for a score.
14-play drive, 80 yards, and it takes 6 minutes and 21 seconds off the clock. Bryce Pierce will look to add the extra point here.
Darren, that's the same time I think we did the first touchdown. 6-12.
Here's the snap, spot kick. It is up, and it is good. Bryce Pierce with the PAT, 27-0 Decorah, with 5:48 to play here in quarter number 2. The first touchdown, actually, Coach, was 5:34 in quarter number 1. Wow. Close, but no bananas.
Yeah, darn it. I thought it looked just about the same with those numbers on the board.
We should remind you that coming up tomorrow, it's Hawkeye football, Big Ten opener for the Iowa Hawkeyes as they will take on Minnesota up at TCF Bank Stadium. 12:30 for the pregame, 2:30 for the kickoff on FM 100.5. It's a week off for the Luther College Norse this week. They will return to action next Saturday at home against Loras for homecoming 2013 at Luther College. So Cole Sweska will kick off from left to right. Coming up at halftime, we'll get an update on volleyball with head coach Dale Wilharm. Decorah volleyball tournament in town tomorrow. And we'll also have a Viking sports report, try to get some district scores for you as well. Sweska kicking off from left to right for the first time tonight. This one is a shorter kick, but good hang time. Tutton takes it at the 5. Reverses it to Daniels. He brings it up the right side of the 20. He's hit by Jacob Leaps and denied the 21-yard line. Leaps with a good job of staying in his lanes that time, and discipline on the special teams limited Sit to a 16-yard return.
Yeah, they crossed in the back with the first receiver catching the ball, giving it to the second guy coming behind, and to no avail because we kept balanced numbers on both sides of the field and just did a good job of staying in our lanes.
5:41 to play, quarter number 2, 27-0 Decorah. 3 receivers to the left. Lammers in the shotgun. Behind him is Russell. Wegman, the tight end, right side of the line. Football writer, far side hash mark. Give to Russell, right side with blockers out in front. He runs to the 25 to the 30. Breaking tackles out across the 35. Kyle Kane hangs on and doesn't let go. Finally brings him down at the 41-yard line. Russell with a gain of 20. Biggest play of the night for the West Delaware defense. It's a first down for Decorah.
Yeah, a lot of room out to the right side to run on that time. Pretty good job by the running back to turn it into a 20-yard gain.
Make it 21, actually, as they spotted at the 42. 2 receivers to the left side. Pistol set with a fullback to the right of Lammers and Russell behind him. Russell will get the call again. Big hole right side again. He runs to the 45 to the 50. Running to the 40. Speeding to the 30. 25-20, and Cole Sweska finally brings him down at the 15-yard line. Russell showed some get up and go that time. 43-yard gain, and if Cole Sweska isn't as fast as he is, that's 6 points, Coach.
Yeah, and again, a fine run on Russell's part, but we had a chance to get him within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Didn't do a good enough job.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell, right side, cut down right at the line of scrimmage. As he tried to bounce it right to the outside, brought down between the numbers and the hash mark on the far side. Matt Whittle, the stop, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, finally good job to close down that right side by the defensive line.
2nd and 10. Decorah territory at the 15-yard line. Football writer, far side, hash mark, 4:48 to play, second quarter, 27-0 Decorah. Lammers takes the snap, off play action, rushed by Carey, throws the left side, picked off. Colin Nimrod inside the 5, brought down at the 5-yard line. Colin Nimrod, his first varsity takeaway, taken down by Timmy Tutton, and the Viking defense gets their first takeaway in a couple of weeks.
Well, I don't know what he thought he could do with where he threw the pass. We had him outnumbered all the way in regards to defenders, the receivers, and close enough that we could play the ball to become the receiver, and that's just what Colin Nimrod did.
4:39 to play, second quarter, 27-0 Decorah. Good baseball type hands too, right, Coach?
Exactly.
1st and 10 at the 5-yard line. 2 tight ends in an I formation with Leaps and Hovden. Give to Jake, left side, plows ahead to the 5, brought down in the center of the field by Ryan Solomon. It's 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Hovden gets 5 on the previous play, and Doug Winkowitz wants to take a timeout. Timeout on the field, 4:28 to play, quarter number 2. It is 27-0 Decorah, and let's take a break for Wicks Construction. 4:28 to play, quarter number 2, 27-0 Decorah. Darren Swenson, Luke Kane pinch hitting for Chris Wanless and Coach O with you tonight. Crestwood leading Western Dubuque 20-6, second quarter. Luke, you're used to the slow pace of a baseball broadcast. How's football treating you, buddy?
You know, I'm out of breath at the pace of this thing already. Usually, you and I just get to talk at our own leisure during baseball games.
Exactly. Coach does more talking in baseball games than he does in football games, too. Vikes left to right, 2nd down and 5 from the 10-yard line. Pierce a touchdown, Johansson a touchdown, Sweska a rushing touchdown, and Jake Hovden a 60-yard punt return for a score. 2nd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Here's Pierce, gives to Hovden, hit near the line of scrimmage and brought down near the 12-yard line. Lammers brought him down, and it's a 3rd down and 3 upcoming.
Well, That time, Jake tried to kind of skinny through the line of scrimmage rather than really putting his shoulder forward and really trying to make something out of really where it wasn't a lot to make, but didn't do the thing that he's done well, and that's head north and south on that play.
So it'll be a 3rd down and 3 from the 12-yard line. The Vikes are perfect on 3rd downs to this point. 4 for 4 for the evening. 3rd and 3 from the 12, football in the center of the field. Roar split to the left side, 2 tight ends, I formation with Leaps and with Hovden. Give is to Jake off the right side, plows ahead, cross the 15 to the 16, and he'll get the first down. Colin Weber, the bottom of the pile for West Delaware.
Not much of a hole there, but Jake did a good job of putting the nose down and just going and making first down. 1st and 10, 16-yard line, football towards the right or near side hash mark. Vikes with all 3 timeouts remaining. 3:35 to play, quarter number 2. It's 27-0 Decorah. Meyer to the left side, wing back left is Sweska. Tight end right is Carey. I formation with Leaps and with Hubden. Sean Truan takes the snap, gives up the middle to Jacob Leaps. Wasn't a gap there, and he gets knocked back from the 16-yard line. It's a gain of 0. A plethora of West Delaware defenders there. Off the bottom of the pile comes Austin Bishop.
When Darren says there's a number there had 4 white shirts that were right there, all at the hole where we were trying to run through.
2nd and 10 from the 16. I said plethora. Make me sound more intelligent than what I am. Come on, Coach. Trying to impress Luke here. He's the smart one of this group, with due respect coming. 2nd and 10 from the 16-yard line. I formation, 2 tight ends. Roar split to the left side. Pierce keeps it on the belly right side. Bananas upfield across the 20 and thrown to the sideline at the 22-yard line. Bishop on the stop. A gain of 6 to set up a 3rd and 4. 2:37 to play here in quarter number 2. It's 27-0 Decorah.
Well, that time, number 5, the defensive end, bit just enough to try to, and he's going out because his responsibility was to take and make sure that the quarterback didn't keep the ball, and he's going over to the bench right now because he didn't play his position.
And that's the leading tackler. He's actually an outside linebacker in the 4-4 defense that West Delaware plays, though, Coach, but the responsibility you were talking about was correct there. 3rd down and 4 from the 22-yard line. 2:37 to play, 2nd quarter, 27-0 Decorah. Vikes 5 of 5 on 3rd downs. Roar to the right side. Tight end left is Kane. Tight end right is Sweska. I formation in the backfield with Leaps and Hovden. Give to Jake left side. Tripped up and down he goes. He was tripped up right near the line of scrimmage by Tyler Miller. He'll fall short of a first down, and for the first time tonight, the Class 3A's 8th best punter, Holt Johansson, will come onto the field, and West Delaware is going to take a timeout.
Yeah, Darren, I thought he might have had a hole to get that first down if he wouldn't have been tripped up. Unfortunately, he got sent punting out.
So timeout here for West Delaware. 2:24 to play, 2nd quarter. They're down to 1 timeout remaining. This is the first time tonight Decorah has had the football and will not score, as they have scored touchdowns on their first 4 possessions. Again, coming up at halftime, Dale Wilhelm will give us an update on Decorah Viking volleyball. We'll get a Viking sports report and hopefully some scores as well. We'll have some stats, and we'll run down that homecoming court as well. Again, Austin Ashpacker is the homecoming king, son of Mike and Anissa Ashpacker, and Lindsay Vandaloon, the homecoming queen, the daughter of Troy and Becky Vandaloon as well. Of course, props to the junior attendant, Anna Keene.
Yeah, congratulations to her.
And my congratulations, too.
Exactly. We'll run down the whole homecoming court at halftime. Of course, Coach Post had a very good stirring rendition of Red Blue.
I'm sure he did.
During the pep assembly. Daniels and Tutton back deep to field the punt of Johansson. Moves forward, gets the kick away. Nice one. Coming down to the near side, Tutton makes the catch right in front of the Decorah bench at the 35. Runs to the 40, and Austin Ashpacker gives him a hard ride out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So that time the punt goes 41. The return is 10. Best field position of the night for West Delaware. 2:15 to play first half. It is a 27-0 lead for Decorah. West Delaware does get the football to start the second half.
Darren, that's probably the best technical punt that I have seen. In other words, Johansson have. Normally, they're ugly and they roll and they're all net, but that one was a legitimate one.
Lammers in the pistol, 3 receivers set. Lammers takes the snap, rushes on. Lammers rolling out to his right side, being chased by Holt Johansson. He's hit and brought down at the 45-yard line. No gain on the play. Lammers a little slow in getting up. And how far did Holt Johansson run to run him down that time?
Yeah, Holt came in on the blitz that time, got held up by a block early, but ran all across the field to make that tackle.
2nd and 11 it'll be, so it'll be a sack back to the 45-yard line. 1:48 to play, second quarter. It's a 27-0 lead for Decorah. 3 receivers left. Give to Russell, right side with blockers out in front. Squirts through a hole to the 50-yard line. Gets brought down right there. Austin Ashpacker and Holt Johansson brings him down outside the numbers at the 50.
That's probably been about their best play. They've run it 4 or 5 times. Russell has made good yardage, but they're going to have to come up with a bigger play than that if they're going to get on the scoreboard before.
They're all 3 on third downs, 3rd and 6 from the 50-yard line. Pistol set. And now they shift to 4 receivers to the right side and a single receiver off to the left. Lammers in the gun, takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, has time, fires the right side, incomplete. Russell, intended receiver, making a good break on the ball was Brady Dolly. Russell wasn't open, and Lammers just threw it to the sideline. It's 4th down.
Yeah, not a lot there on that pass play. And, you know, it'll be interesting here. They got to punt the football here with a little over a minute left. Maybe score some field position and get some easy points.
1:05 to play, second quarter. It's 27-0 Decorah. And Lammers will be by himself in the backfield. He is the punter and the quarterback, so they line up in a pistol set. And now he will retreat a few yards and take a punt snap. Snap back in good shape, moves forward, getting the kick away. A nice attempt at a block by Sean Truan. It bounces at the 10 and will go into the end zone for a touchback. 50-yard punt, no return. 27-0 Decorah. 57 seconds to play here in quarter number 2.
That time they punted away from our return man, Hovden, and it rolled into the end zone, so we're going to take over on the 20.
So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line, moving left to right. And I imagine part of that reason for this pistol set and then dropping back is you can only really put 1 return man back as compared to 2, right, Coach?
That's right.
Meyer to the left side, Sweska wing left. Tight end to the right side is Dustin Carey. Split backs with Johansson and Savarov. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Johansson, squeaks through off the right side, runs across the 25 to the 27-yard line. Gain of 7 yards, Jake Voss the stop. 2nd and 3 it'll be from the 27-yard line with 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Dylan Henning will bring the play into Bryce Pierce, who will tell his offense about it. Sending Sean Truan out over the football. Henning to the left side, wing left is Sweska, tight end right is Carey. Split backs with Savarov and Johansson. Pierce under his center. Sean Truan takes the snap, gives to Johansson right side, bouncing right to the outside, dismisses Austin Bishop. He'll run up the sideline, get knocked out of bounds on the near side near the 34-yard line. Riley Ryan, the man that brought him down. 1st down, Decorah at the 35.
Good hard run again by Holt, and actually was able to stop the clock by getting out of bounds, so we're going to get at least one more play here.
Actually, it's at the 33-yard line is where they spot it. 16 seconds to play till halftime. 27-0 Decorah. 1st and 10 from the right or near side hash mark at the 33-yard line. Bikes left to right as Pierce takes, gives to Savarov, running left, runs to the 35 to the 40, fighting for yardage ahead to the 44-yard line, and he'll get brought down with a 1st down with 9.3 seconds to play here in the first half. And it looks like Decorah will just let the clock run out here at the halftime break. So 27-0 Decorah. First half thoughts, Coach O.
Well, we've controlled the line of scrimmage and we've controlled the whole first half.
And Luke, your first half thoughts. We talked about that as one of the keys to the game.
Yeah, Decorah did a great job of controlling the clock. Helped out by 2 big special teams plays, and that's been the difference in the ballgame.
Alrighty, it is 27-0 Decorah at the halftime break, and then let's go to the halftime break and have Dale Will Harm next after this break for Deco Products, for Randy Skark, West Auto Parts, for Decorah Physical Therapy and Rehab, and for Bob Standard.
Well, just the things that we can continue to improve on. Our focus this game probably is what did we do good in the first half? How can we continue to do those good things in the second half? But we've got good tempo in the game here. We got things under control, but this is an opportunity against a good team. We all know that West Delaware can score quickly and often, and we got 2 quarters we got to play yet. We're treating this as a 0-0 ball game going in the second half.
You walked in my next question. Good response there, Coach. And your kids, tight, hard-fought battle tonight. Took advantage of some West Delaware mistakes to stay in a ball game, but unfortunately you fell 2 points short. Talk about your sophomore game.
Well,
tonight.
Remember, we're just a work in progress, and every day we get an opportunity to get better. So we're going to look at those little attention to detail and execution, and starts right away for us tomorrow with a good recovery lift. And then we get back on the practice field Monday, and we look at those things that we can do better, and we make them better.
All right, let's finish off this happy homecoming. Best of luck.
Thanks, Darren. Appreciate it.
All right, Jeff Friedoff joining us, one of the eyes in the skies here in the halftime break. Decorah leading it by a count of 27-0 here at the halftime break, and the Vikes will kick off to West Delaware to start the second half. Vikes have had the football 6 times. They've punted once. They've scored 4 times, and the half ran out on them once. A touchdown from Holt Johansson, a touchdown from Cole Sweska, a 60-yard punt return from Jake Hovden, and Bryce Pierce with a 1-yard touchdown run as well. And one missed extra point. Bryce Pierce went 3 for 3 on the extra points after that break. So the Vikings lead it here at the halftime break. Getting heckled from the crowd here tonight. I'm sure he doesn't have any encouragement down there. As Sweska will kick off from right to left. He's putting 3 of his 4 kicks into the end zone, and they have all come from this direction, we should say.
Back to receive for West Delaware, 4 Adams 28.
And
set to kick off.
Cole Sweska will try to kick off to restart the ball game. Here's the approach and the kick. This one is deep, and it'll land about 6 or 7 yards deep. So another touchback for Cole Sweska. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for West Delaware. Average field position in the first half. Decorah had their own 32. They had a couple of interceptions late that really squandered that, as West Delaware averaged their own 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. West Delaware moving left to right and trailing 27-0. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Lammers in the gun, and Russell will stand behind him. West Delaware averaging 208 yards passing, only completed 1 pass in that first half. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell. Big hole left side, runs to the 25, to the 30, far sideline. He's to the 40, to the 50. Being chased by Jake Upton to the 30, 25-20. He escapes Upton's tackle at the 8 and walks into the end zone for the touchdown. An 80-yard touchdown run for Coy Russell, and it's 27-6 with 11:47 to play in the third.
Some action in the backfield seemed like fooled us up front and opened up a big hole, which was, turned into a huge run by Russell.
That is the 6th play of more than 60 yards that West Delaware has scored on this season. For the PAT, it's Timmy Tutton, who's 15 for 21 in said category. Snap, spot, kick, it is up, and it is no good. Missed it to the right and short on the near side. So we'll take a timeout here. 11:47 to play here in the third. 27-6 the score. Let's take a break for those good folks at Decorah Tire Service. Well, we talked about West Delaware's big play potential. We definitely saw it right there with Russell, who now has 173 yards rushing tonight. In fact, you look at the last 3 years, the 2 biggest totals going into tonight that Decorah has given up to an individual rushing-wise have both been against West Delaware. Trey McTaggart had 240 yards in the regular season 2 years ago, and Ryan Dudak had 188 yards a year ago.
Demmer kicking off from right to left. His football is on the right or near side hash mark as Demmer kicks it. It'll come down to Sweska near side at the 11. Straight ahead to the 10 to the 15. He runs into a man at the 20 and gets knocked back from there. Taking a hard hit was Cole Sweska that time as Tyler Miller brought him down. A return of 10.
Well, that's the best coverage that they've had. Of course, they haven't gotten to kick off very much, but they really did a good job of coverage, and Cole should protect himself a little bit more when he's going to get hit. He was too straight up and down, and the guy really did a good job of wrestling right to the ground on first contact.
Vikes right to left here to start the third quarter. 27-6 the score. Vikes on top. Breitenmeyer to the right side. Split backs in the backfield. Savarov and Johansson. Two tights on the line of scrimmage and a 5-man front for West Delaware. Here's give up the middle. It goes to Johansson. He'll run as far as the 25-yard line. Brought down on the near side hash fire by Jake Voss. Amongst others, actually, it was Savarov. My mistake. Gain of 3.
Yeah, nice little surge off the ball to get a positive first down play. You know, pretty important first down to pick up here to kind of take the wind out of the sails a little.
So, second down upcoming, 2nd and 6 from the 25-yard line. To the right side, Dylan Henning. Wing right is Cole Sweska. Split backs in the backfield, Savarov and Johansson. Tight end left side is Kyle Kane. Giving a wing back sweep to the left side. Cole Sweska turns upfield to the 30, speeds to the 35, and brought down in front of the Decorah bench by Austin Bishop. At the 38-yard line, first down. Nice team play, gain of 13.
Well, they had no support at the line of scrimmage to turn the sweep by Sweska in, and so he was able to come clean straight up field for the first 7-8 yards and made a nice gain of about 12 yards.
First down and 10, 38-yard line, minute and a half into quarter number 3. Vikes up 27-6. Split backs in the backfield, tight end right side is Kane. Here is Pierce taking the snap, rolling out to his left side, firing down the right side, going for Savarov, who's wide open, makes the catch, 30, and he is gone! Bryce Pierce to Michael Savarov for 62 and a score. The Vikes can do that big play thing too. It's 33-6 Decorah.
Yeah, that long pass was a benefactor. The hard running we've been doing all game long. The play action fakes fooled the defensive backs, and Savarov was able to sneak out of the backfield. Bryce did a good job of just getting him the football.
Savarov, his second receiving touchdown of the season, the third touchdown passing on the season for Bryce Pierce. Pierce will try to add the extra point out of the hold of Drake Schuring. And out of the snap of Carter Zidlicki, snap spot kick, it's up and good. 10:31 to play, quarter number 3. It is 34-6 Decorah. And let's take a timeout for Jason Solon, your Farm Bureau insurance agent. Cole Sweska will restart the ball game from right to left. Cole Sweska has put 4 balls in the end zone. And after 27 points in 24 minutes in the first half, we've seen 13 points in 1:29 here in the second half. The crazy game of football. Darren Swenson, Dennis Olenczak, and Luke Kane here tonight, pinch hitting for Chris Wanless as Sweska's kick is short. Coming up on it is Tutton at the 10, running to his left. He's outside the hash mark to the 20, tripped up by the King, and the baby bull Austin Ashbacker to the 25.
It's not very often you see a lineman running down on kickoff and making a nice tackle like that. That was a good showcase of his athleticism there.
West Delaware will have it first down and 10 at the 25-yard line, moving left to right to restart the ball game. And trailing 34-6. 2 receivers left side, 2 receivers to the right. Lammers in the pistol. Standing behind him is Russell. Lammers takes the snap, drops back to throw, has all day to throw. He'll roll out to his right side. The rush is still on. He's directing traffic. He throws it out of bounds. There was not a receiver in the same area code. Throw the flag for intentional grounding. Second down.
they can't do it because 85 was coming back out toward the ball.
That's hogwash, Coach. He was throwing it out of bounds to avoid the sack.
Well, yeah. But
by rule, you're not allowed to do that unless there's a receiver in the area.
There's a receiver coming back. You can't deny that he just underthrew the ball.
Well, I'll respectfully disagree. 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 3 receivers left. And Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell running the right side. Looking to turn upfield, takes a hard hit, but keeps on chugging across the 30. But wrapping it up and not letting go is Holt Johansson, who brings him down at the 32-yard line. A gain of 7.
Yeah, a chance to make that play a little farther back, but some poor tackling made this an even more convertible 3rd down.
So, 3rd down and 2 from the 33. Dropping a throw is Lammers. Lammers pumps once, has plenty of time, throwing deep down the left sideline, going for his intended receiver. It's nearly intercepted by Cole Sweska on the far side. Numbers in Decorah territory at the 28-yard line, or at the 35-yard line. Tutton was the intended receiver. Lammers threw that one into a Viking card party down there.
That's a hope and a prayer, Darren, when you're throwing against 3 defenders and 1 receiver, and the receiver's probably only 5'9" or 10. Now, if he's 6'7", you might have a little of a chance.
So, 4th down upcoming. 9:39 to play here in the 3rd. 34-6 the score. They'll send 3 receivers to the left side and a single receiver to the right. Now Lammers will retreat in single safety. Snap back in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. That one off the side of his foot, and that one going to land in lane at number 2 on the near side. So the official will line it up, and scrimmage will be Decorah territory, or West Delaware territory, at the 48-yard line. A punt of 16 yards, no return. 9:33 to play here in the 3rd. It is a 1st and 10 for Decorah from West Delaware territory, and it's 34-6 Vikings. So, Vikes right to left, football left or near side hash mark. Meyer to the right side, wing back right is Dolly, tight end left is Kyle Kane. Jake Hovden dots the I with Holt Johansson in front of him. Now Bryce Pierce will send the wing back up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the give to Jake, right side, bouncing right to the outside, 45-40, flag to the 35 and shoved to the sideline at the 32-yard line. Apparently a block on the flank was something illegal. Nice run by Jake, but he got some illegal help. Only the 2nd penalty of the night for Decorah. It's going to be a hold against the Vikings from the 45-yard line. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. My name is Darren Swenson. His name is Luke Kane. Coach O alongside here tonight as the Vikings led 27-0. Scored the first 4 times they had the football, and scored the first time here in the second half on a Pierce to Savaroff 62-yard connection. 1st and 19 back to the Decorah 44. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Hovden, finds a gap off the left side, moves straight ahead, and is brought down in the center of the field by Tutton and Voss at the 50. It's a gain of 6.
Well, Jake Hovden, the ball carrier, did a nice job of seeing where the daylight was. He started a little wider and then cut back about 1 hole and was straight up going toward goal line and did a good job of making 6 yards.
2nd down and 12, call it, from the 50-yard line. Actually, call it 13. Roar to the left side. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. High formation with Hovden and Johansson. Pierce under center, takes the snap, gives to Holt left side, finds a gap, tries to escape the tackle attempt of Tutton, cannot do it. He's brought down on the near side hash mark at the 47. It's a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was a pretty good tackle of Holt right there. Holt tried to put the stiff arm on, but a good play was made by Tutton there.
Back to West Delaware territory at the 47-yard line. 8:25 to play in the 3rd. It is a 3rd down and 10. The Vikes in the first half were 5 of 6 on 3rd down conversions.
Split backs in the backfield. To the left side is Meyer. Dropping and throws. Bryce Pierce has some nice protection. It's a screen to the left side. It's caught by Holt Johansson. Spins by a defender at the 45 and gets ridden to the Decorah sideline by Timmy Tutton at the 41-yard line. Nice recovery by Tutton to limit it to a 6-yard gain.
Yeah, screen pass to the offensive left, and as Darren called it, their first guy to our receiver, Johansson, did a good job of making sure he made a sure tackle.
So Johansson will have to punt for the second time tonight. His first punt went 41 yards. He does that again. This one's going to be a touchback. Tutton and Daniels back deep to field the kick. Snap back in good shape. He'll move forward, get the kick away. This one coming down on the near side, bouncing at the 5 and takes a lateral hop out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, Holt did a nice job of angling that one towards the corner. Got a nice little helpful bounce to the left. It's good special teams play there.
7:56 to play in the third. It is first down and 10 at the 3-yard line for West Delaware, moving left to right. And trailing by a 34-6 margin. Each team has scored here in the second half. Vikes with 7 on the Pierce to Savarov connection and an extra point. A Corey Russell 80-yard touchdown run for West Delaware, but a missed extra point. 3 receivers left side. Lammers in the pistol with Russell behind him. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell right side, tries to bounce it right to the outside. He's hemmed in. He's ridden to the sideline. He's knocked back at the 32-yard line. Brighton Meyer on secondary run support, but the main defender on the play was Matt Whittle at second down.
Great pursuit to the ball, though. 4 Vikings within the yard of the line of scrimmage where the ball was being run, and it ends up a loss.
Second and 11, back to the 2-yard line. 3 receivers left, pistol set with Lammers and Russell behind him. Wegman, the tight end, right side of the line. Here's Lammers, bananaing out to the left side. He's hit by Jonathan Ellsburn. He runs across the 5 and gets covered up near the 7 on the far side hash mark. Ellsburn, the primary defender, with help from Holt Johansson. It's third down.
Yeah, it looks like a little keep on an option play. Good job on the inside there, getting off that block and making a play on the quarterback.
Third down and 6 from the West Delaware 7-yard line. Inside of 7 minutes to play in the third, 34-6 the score. Vikings on top. West Delaware hasn't converted a third down all night. They're 0 for 6. Receivers left and right. Pistol set. Lammers takes the snap. Retreats in the pocket. Has all day to throw. He'll throw the right side. The catch is made on the near side. Brought down at the 11-yard line. Shy of the first down. Jacob Leaps brings down Ryan Kelly, who just made his first catch of the year. It's a gain of 4, but they needed 6.
Not a well-thrown ball. A well-thrown ball would have given the opportunity of the receiver, providing he caught it, and he did catch it, to turn upfield and have a good chance to make the 1st and 10, but he had to reach back and kind of slow down to draw it in, and they don't pick up the 1st and 10 on the third down.
They're now 0 for 7 on third downs on the night. Vikes, by comparison, are 5 for 7. Snap back to Lammers in good shape, moves forward, gets the kick away. This one coming over the head of Sweska. He'll take it on the near sideline at the 48-yard line. Running to his right, he's hit at the 50 and brought down at the 49-yard line, right on the numbers in West Delaware territory. It is a punt of 40 yards, a return of 3. 5:50 to play here in the third. It is 34-6 Vikings. Another plus territory start for Decorah. In fact, in this quarter, there's only been 3 snaps inside Decorah territory. Or correction, it's 4, counting the 1 penalty Decorah had. First down at 10 at the 49-yard line. I formation in the backfield. Savarov and Johansson. 2 tights on the line of scrimmage. And to the left side goes Meyer. Vikes right to left. And Pierce gives to Johansson. Loses control of the football. And Pierce gets back on top of it at the 49-yard line. Pierce was hit at the 46. Or Johansson, rather, was hit at the 46. Pierce got back on top of the football at the original line of scrimmage. It ends up being a gain of 0. The first hit applied by Colin Weber.
Well, the ball bounced back from where it was advanced to by Johansson about 4 yards, and so we're back to the initial line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
From the 49-yard line. Football in the center of the field. Vikes leading 34-6, 5:12 to play in the third. Heading to the left side. Sweska tight end left. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs in the backfield with Savarov and Johansson. Give is to Savarov. Off the left side, he runs into Austin Bishop, tries to escape that tackle, and he gets knocked down at the 48-yard line. And if they call that one a fumble, which they won't, it would have been a bad call. Austin Bishop had the stop. It's gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down and 9 as the Hawks getting a little stingy with their run defense here, Luke.
Yeah, they are. And, Decorah really has to place a premium here on ball security. You don't want to give away any extra opportunities when you have a lead like this.
Against a team that has taken it away 11 times in the first 4 games of the season. 3rd down and 9 from the 48-yard line. Roar to the far right side. 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Split backs, Johansson and Savarov. Under center is Pierce. Takes the snap. Drops back to throw. He'll throw the right side going for Roar, who makes the catch at the 43 and got tackled right there. The tackle by Mitch Demmer and a 3-and-out from the offense.
Well, the throw was accurate from Pierce to Roar, but we only ran the route at about 3 or 4 yards from the line of scrimmage, and the tackle was absolutely sure, and that's why we're on a 4th down.
3:50 to play in the third, 34-6 Vikings. And Holt Johansson, who had a beauty of a punt, 38 yards, which pinned West Delaware at their own 3 the last time, receives a money snap from Austin Ashbacker, and he'll get the kick away. Only one man was back deep, and that was Tutton. This kick bounces at the 9 and goes into the end zone. So 43 gross, 23 net. 3:34 to play in the third. West Delaware gets the football back, trailing 34-6, moving left to right. A quick start to this second half with a couple of big plays, but both teams kind of treading water here for the remainder of the third quarter. But when you're in Decorah's position right now, Luke, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, you're pretty content to do that at this point. You'd like to control the ball a little bit longer, but as long as you keep getting stops, you should be safe.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Pistol set with Lammers in the shotgun style set, and Russell behind him. Russell gets the handoff, hit near the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle of Matt Whittle, slants to the left and gets covered up at the 23-yard line. Population tackling effort to hold him to a gain of 3. Sean Truan off the bottom of the pile.
Luke and Darren, I'm impressed with that Russell. He doesn't usually come down on the first hit, and he's really had a good night.
And he's only a sophomore, too, Coach. 2nd and 7 from the 23. Option right side. Lammers looking to turn upfield. Now makes a late pitch to Russell. Turns upfield 25. He's to the 30. Escapes the tackle of Hovden across the 40. Finally finished off by Ashbacker and Hovden. Or leaps, I should say, at the 42-yard line. So Russell gets 20 on the play, or correction, 19, first down.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of confusion on option responsibility there as he didn't get the defensive end of the quarterback. Kind of opened the way for a 20-yard pickup.
2:50 to play in the third, 34-6 West Delaware trailing Decorah. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Give is to Russell, bouncing left to the outside. He's hit by Kyle Kane, dragged down at the 44-yard line. Kyle Kane holding Russell to a gain of a yard.
And that's one of the few times that we brought him down with the first contact. And Kyle did a good job putting him right down on the line of scrimmage.
Well, I guess we know who got the tackling ability in the family.
Sure wasn't me.
You can throw a better ball. He's a little tougher. Fair?
Fair.
2nd and 9 from the 44-yard line. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Lammers runs the option to the right side, looking to turn upfield. Now makes a pitch to Russell. He's hit by Dylan Henning and brought down in the vicinity of the near side hash mark at the 48-yard line. Dylan Henning on secondary run support limits Russell to 4.
Now that's a good corner play by Henning because he's out there by himself, one-on-one with that pitch man, and he put a sure tackle on him. Very good job.
So 3rd down upcoming. Minute 52 to play in the third, and a timeout asked for by Doug Winkwitz. 34-6 Decorah. Let's take a break for Burning Rock Products. Minute 52 to play in the third, 34-6 Decorah. Vikings scored the first 4 times they had the ball. Didn't give up a point till Russell got an 80-yard touchdown run on the first play of the second half. Vikes came back with a Pierce to Savarov connection for 62 and a score. That's the only scoring here in the second half. 3rd and 4 for West Delaware from the 49. Here's the give to Russell off the right side. Has a hole, exploits it, breaking tackles. He's hit by Hovden, bounces right to the outside of the 40. Pinballing off defenders, and finally 5 Vikings get to him and bring him down at the 40-yard line. Boy, Russell's a tough dude to bring down. Gain of 12 and a first down, and that was just a tough run.
Yeah, that was an impressive run. He shook off 3 or 4 tacklers there. You kind of got to answer the challenge here defensively and start putting some licks on him.
So 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Minute 30 to play here in the third quarter. 34-6, the Vikings on top. 3 receivers right, 2 or tight end left side. Here's Lammers, takes, gives to Russell, bouncing left to the outside with a blocker out front. He'll look to turn up field and gets dragged down. Holt Johansson got to him at the 35-yard line. 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
Well, Johansson did a good job of getting Russell down, but their interference took Russell out for a good gain of 6 to 6.5 yards.
Minute to play in the third, 34-6 Decorah. 2nd and 5 from the 35-yard line. 3 receivers set, 2 right, 1 left. And here is Clark in motion left to right, taking the snap. Lammers, zone read right side. He gets hit near the 30 and gets dragged down by Dolly at the 29-yard line. It's gain of 6 and a first down.
Yeah, West Delaware is starting to have a little success rushing the football. They've been doing a nice job of getting a surge off the ball, and the backs have been finding the holes.
So 1st down and 10 at the 29-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive as West Delaware trails it 34-6. For the moment, they've got a tight formation. Lammers in the pistol with Russell behind him. Lammers takes the snap, gives to Russell again off the right side. Hurdles the defender near the line of scrimmage, and Brady Dolly puts a good hit to him and knocks him down near the near side hash mark at the 26.
Even when he's running into a crowd, and there was really no hole there because his teammates didn't get a good off-the-ball start, he still picked up 3 yards, Russell.
2nd down and 7 from the 26-yard line. Lammers takes the snap, retreats in the pocket, has time, throws the left side, going for Demers. Knocked away at the goal line, incomplete. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Cole Sweska knocking that ball away from Demers. As we go to the fourth, it's 34-6 Decorah. Let's hear from Vic's Heating and Plumbing. 2013 homecoming being celebrated here at Decorah High School tonight. The Vikings with a 34-6 lead. End of the third quarter, Crestwood leading Western Dubuque by a 26-13 margin. The other game in district play tonight is Vinton-Shellsburg and Independence. Vinton-Shellsburg led Independence at the half at last check, 8-6. That is Decorah's next opponent. Chris Wanless will be back with us next week. Luke Kane pinch hitting for Chris Wanless, and Coach O with us for Homecoming 2013. My name is Darren Swenson. Glad you're with us from the Kenneth Olson press box here at Viking Stadium. Vikes again scored the first 4 times they had the ball. Got off to a 27-0 halftime lead. West Delaware scored on a Russell 80-yard touchdown run on the first play from scrimmage in the second half, and it was a Pierce to Savarov 62-yard connection on the next drive, and that has been the only scoring to this point in the second half. It is 3rd down and 7 from the 26-yard line. West Delaware 1 of 7 on 3rd downs. Here's the give to Russell. Brought down immediately. Matt Whittle brings him down at the line of scrimmage. As he tried the middle at the 26-yard line, it's 4th down and about 7.
That time Whittle was right where they wanted to run, and he couldn't avoid Whittle, and no gain.
21 carries, 233 yards for Coy Russell. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to left. Lammers in the pistol, and Russell dropping back. Here's Lammers with a screen pass over the middle, nearly intercepted by Holt Johansson, but it falls incomplete, and the Vikes will get the football back at the 26-yard line. 34-6 Decorah, 11:23 to play fourth quarter, and the Vikes will get the football back. I don't know where he was throwing that, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Your thoughts, Luke?
I'm not quite sure either there, Darren. Looks like they were trying to set up that screen play, but just couldn't find the target.
Vikes left to right here in the fourth quarter, leading by a count of 34-6. West Delaware, Decorah outgaining West Delaware 315 to 252. Pierce under center with Hovden and Johansson split behind him and two tight ends. Pitch to Jake was behind him. He lost control of the ball, but Jake gets back on top of it at the 22. Timing wasn't there on the pitch between Bryce and Jake. It's a loss of 3.
Yeah, I think you'd have to say both of them miscued on that in regards to the accuracy, and probably Jake not being patient enough to just make sure you do things in order. You got to have the ball before you can run well.
2nd and 13 from the 23-yard line. Inside of 11 minutes to play, Vikes up 34-6. Heading to the left side, two tight ends. Split backs Johansson and Hovden. Football rider near side hash mark. Give is to Johansson. Tries the left side, spins away from a defender. Meets Jake Voss in the hole at the 28. And Voss with some help brings him down at the 29. A gain of 6 for Johansson. It's 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, Holt did a good job of keeping the feet moving there. Picking up every yard he could get on that play.
Vikes 3 or 5 of 8 on 3rd down conversions, but 0 for 2 here in the second half. This is 3rd down and 7 from the 29. They move left to right. They lead it 34-6. Nice to see that clock on your side, and the ability to move the sticks here can be a great asset to you, as Rohrer to the left side, Meyer to the right. Wingback left is Swesky formation in the backfield with Hovden and Johansson. Driving to throw is Bryce. Bryce pumps once in the pocket, now scrambles to his left, runs to the 30, runs to the 35, takes on a defender at the 40, and Austin Bishop brings him down at the 44-yard line. A passing play was called. Pierce didn't find anybody open, but ran it for 15 and a first down for Decorah.
And no Manchester player on their right defensive side stayed in running lanes and preventing the scramble to that side, and it was clear sailing once he went to his left. An easy pickup of a good 15-plus yards.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Meyer to the right side. Wing back right is Dolly. Tight end left is Kane. Split backs Johansson and Hovden. Football left or far side. Hash mark. Driving to throw is Pierce. Pierce under pressure. Throws over the middle. Going for Kane. Diving attempt incomplete at the 41-yard line in West Delaware territory on the near side. Hash mark at 2nd down.
Yeah, probably the right read and receiver there. Just couldn't get the football delivered, but threw the ball high and outside, avoided any danger.
2nd and 10 from the 44-yard line, 9:23 to play. Decorah up 34-6. Football left or far side hash mark. Dylan Henning to the left side. Wing back left is Dolly, or tight end left is Dolly. Tight end right is Kane. Split backs now with Leaps and with Savarov. Here's Pierce pitching to Savarov. Right side gets a block from Ellsburn. Turns upfield to the 50. Loses the ball, but it's going to go out of bounds. Man, oh man, the Vikes, I got to say this to just be honest, they have been luckier than adjective of your choice a few times tonight. Savarov will get to the 35-yard line with the fumble. It ends up being 19 yards to the good and a first down, but that could have been a momentum turner.
Well,
with the way West Delaware can score, who knows? Coach?
Yeah, we were lucky that he was near the sideline and the ball went out of bounds.
First down and 10 for Decorah at the West Delaware 35-yard line. Rohrer left, Kane right, wingback left to Swesky. Formation with Leaps and Savarov. Pierce off, play action, has plenty of time. Throws deep down the left sideline, going for Leaps, fighting for the football, and it's incomplete. There was a lot of hand fighting down there as Bryce threw it into double coverage, but unfortunately, Leaps couldn't come up with it at 2nd down.
Leaps did a good job of going and fighting for that football, making sure that there was no chance to be intercepted. He almost ended up coming up with it himself.
Well, let's look at the lucky bounces Decorah has had to put this game in perspective. Drive number 1 of this game, Bryce Pierce threw it right to Lammers, who couldn't hang on to the ball.
2 plays in offensively for West Delaware. They had a receiver 10 yards behind anybody who dropped the ball, and now a fumble near the sideline that goes out of bounds for Decorah. 2nd down and 10 at the 35-yard line. Pierce gives to Savaroff, gets a nice block from Leaps, bounces left to the outside, escapes a defender at the 31, runs up the side, and brought down at the 21-yard line. A tough run for Savaroff, a gain of 14, a first down for Decorah, and Austin Bishop the stop once again.
Darren, did you tell me that number 5 was their leading tackler?
Yes.
Well, he just missed the tackle again, and right about at the line of scrimmage.
Well, we said it earlier tonight. We would like to think Decorah is the most physical team West Delaware has faced tonight, and that might be a sign of it.
Well,
Fair to say, Coach?
Oh, yeah, it is.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line. Pierce takes the snap, drops back to throw, fires the right side. Catch made by Brighton Meyer at the 15-yard line, trying to escape a defender. Correction, that's Kyle Kane. And Kyle gets brought down right at the 15. It's a gain of 6 yards, but it took 3 men to bring him down. The primary defender on the play was Jody Glubka.
Yeah, it was a nice job by Bryce getting that ball out right on time. Made sure the ball beat the defender. Nice pickup on first down.
2nd and 4 from the 15-yard line. 8:10 to play in the game, 34-6 Decorah. Kane will be split to the far left side. Split to the right side is Cole Rohrer. Wing back right is Brady Dolly. Split backs with Leap and with Savaroff. Pierce under center, takes the snap, drops back to throw, swings it out left side. Catch made by Savaroff at the 15. Dives ahead inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Bishop brought him down. Gain of 7 yards. First down Decorah.
Boy, for playing a 44 defense, and we make a swing pass out, and the only guy that comes to cover is the corner, there's something wrong with that, because you should have a linebacker going out with the back.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line. Football left or far side hash mark. Meyer to the left side, Kyle Kane to the near side right. Wing back left is Brady Dolly, and the split backs with Jacob Leaps and Michael Savaroff. Pierce takes the snap, gives to Leaps right side, finds gap inside the 5 to the end zone. Not quite. They're going to mark him at the 1. It's a gain of 8. Good interference off the right side. That time it's 2nd down.
Yep, good surge up front by the offensive line, and Leaps barreled in right behind him. Thought he got in, but ended up being just a little short.
2nd down and goal at the 1-yard line for Decorah. 7:05 to play, 34-6 Vikings. To the right side, Kyle Kane. To the far left side is Dylan Henning. Wing back left is Dolly. Split backs with Leaps and with Savaroff. Bryce Pierce under his center, Sean Truan. Takes the snap, gives to Leaps right side, fighting to the goal line. He got denied. Middle of the Decorah offensive line got blown up that time as Leaps brought down at the 1. Primary defender Carter Frick, 3rd down.
Darren called it exactly like it happened. The inside guys of Manchester just took us right back, probably about a half yard in their own backfield, and that included the ball carrier.
6:20 to play, 34-6 Decorah. 3rd down and goal from about 1.5 yards away. Receivers left and right. Wing left is Dolly. Split backs with Leaps and Savaroff. Bryce Pierce takes, gives to Michael left side, lunging to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown. Savaroff, his 2nd score of the 2nd half, and it's 40-6 Decorah with 6:05 to play.
Yep, good work there, getting the surge on the offensive line that time around, making good for the play before. Another touchdown.
74 yards, 12 plays. Another valuable 5 minutes and 18 seconds off the clock. Andrew Sinkink for the PAT. Bryce Pierce has tried the last 5 and made them all. Sinkink missed the first PAT. High snap, gloved nicely by Skuring, and Sinkink kicks it up and kicks it through. Attaboy, Andy. Guess what? We're going to have a running clock in a Decorah West Delaware game. 6:05 to play. 41-6 Decorah. Let's take a break for Fixed Heating and Plumbing. 6:05 to play. The running clock will be in play after the kickoff is received by West Delaware. Well, here's the deal.
My audience is probably going to start thinking I'm full of beans or full of coach speak. I thought Independence a couple weeks ago would give Decorah a good test. I thought Charles City would give Decorah a good test. I think we all thought West Delaware would give Decorah a good test tonight, but here we are with a running clock, guys.
Well, I said I reserve my judgment according to what competition they've played to determine whether they're really an all-round sound football team, and they'll get better before the end of the year, too.
And here is Daniels catching the kick at the 10-yard line by Sweska to the 15, to the 20, to the 25, to the 30, and brought down at the 35-yard line. Colin Nimrod down on special teams. 5:58 left. The clock should be running here. Yep, it is. Come on, Cindy. I knew you took a week off, but a homecoming victory for the Decorah Vikings. First down and 10 for West Delaware at their 35-yard line again. Decorah.
Darren, has Lammers completed over 3 passes?
I'll check that here momentarily as Lammers takes the snap. Keeps it on a read option to left side, running left to the 35. And a nice open field stop by Andy Sinking. Bring him down at the 38-yard line after a gain of 3.
And a good way to get hurt by the ball carrier when you try to jump over people.
Lammers has completed 2 passes all night. And he was averaging 208 yards a game coming in.
And a lot has to do with our secondary has covered, I think, very well tonight.
And we got some new kids in. We'll get those in here in a second as Lammers has plenty of time. Throws to the left side, completes his 3rd pass of the night. And Jake Voss brought down at the 48-yard line by Sean Denning. It's first down for Decorah. And on the previous play was Sean Denning. Also Kyle Hageman. Austin Bohr was up front. Now up front for Decorah, you got Logan Smithson. You have Bailey Vickerman, also on the line of scrimmage on the defensive line. Corey Anderson for Decorah, as well as Bailey Vickerman. And Caven Baumler is at a defensive end right now. First and 10, 48-yard line. Lammers takes, gives to Russell, runs to the left side, runs to the 45. He's hit near the 40. He's hit by Cole Roran, knocked back from there. So it'll be a gain of 13 and a first down with 4 minutes to play in this one. Linebackers right now are Matthew Chisel, as well as Easton Schmitz in the secondary, Nolan Heffern, Connor Gassman, Adam Knight, Cole Rohr, and Andy Sickink. Grant Grinna is in as well. Here's a pass to the right side off the fingertips of Wegman at the 20, nearly intercepted by Heffern near the 15-yard line. The ball was a little out in front of the receiver that time, but frankly, the ball should have been caught. It's second down upcoming.
Yeah, just a tough time, passing the ball all night. Partly due to the play of our defensive backs, but they've had a few miscues in the passing game as well.
So, down to 3:15 to play in this one. Lammers takes the snap, has plenty of time. He'll fire the right side, going for Wegman, incomplete. Lammers threw a fastball that time, and Wegman wanted a changeup. It's third down. New players coming in for Decorah. Tyler Dostal, also Cody Zidlicki coming in now into the linebacking core. Aaron Severson. Alec Felschul is now in the secondary for Decorah. Third down and 10 at the 39-yard line. Lammers in the pistol, 3 receivers to his left. Russell is the lone setback. Lammers runs the option to the right side, keeps it to the 35, to the 30, runs to the 20. He's to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, the end zone for the touchdown. Back to regular timing we go, 41-12, 2:27 to play.
Yeah, they've done a nice job on that option play here in the second half of blocking it, and we haven't been able to adjust. A good run for Lammers.
So, Tutton will be on to attempt the PAT. His first one was no good after the Russell 80-yard run. We're down to 2:27 left in this one as Lammers gets the touchdown. This is one of those games where the statistics won't show how much the game was taken control of earlier. Here's the kick up and good. 2:27 to play, 41-14. Decorah. And let's take a break for the A&J Petersburg Agency Insurance and Real Estate. Happy birthday to my good buddy Craig Anderson, turning 57 years young today. Happy birthday to you, Craig. 41-13 Decorah with 2:27 left in this one. West Delaware spreading out from sideline to sideline. I imagine the Vikes will get some new players in the game on the offensive side. As West Delaware going to kick that one deep, it'll bounce at the 10 and go to the end zone. And after I went on my rant last week, I'm going to give a tip of the hat to Coach Winkowitz there, because 28 points, 2:28, 7 to play. Realistically, the game is over, so no reason to put kids in danger and go for an onside kick in that situation. Well done, Coach Winkowitz.
Amen.
Quarterback now is 15.
Drake Schuring is into the game. We've sent Luke Kane down to the sidelines. He'll interview Coach Post after the game. Carter Zidlicki is up on that offensive line. The power side of the offensive line right now is Grant Grinna and Chris Hartman. Schuring under his center. Zidlicki sends Colin Nimrod in motion. He'll take the snap. He'll run off the right side. The handoff to Sam Johnson, and Johnson will run to the 23-yard line. Sean Denning is going to come in, as well as Connor Gossman, with 2:13 to play. The tight end on the previous play was Aaron Severson. We'll get the quick side of the offensive line here with 2:07 to play. Or at least try to. I think it's Caven Baumler right now at the guard, or correction, it's Cody Carlin at the guard, and also Austin Boers at the quick tackle right now. 2nd and 7 from the 23. Give to Andy Sinking. He powers that off the left side. He'll run to the 28-yard line and get knocked back from there with 100 seconds to play in this one. Coming in to play offensive line will be Tyler Dostal right now. And Colin Nimrod will come in at the wingback position. So 41-13 Decorah. Again, Decorah has been an outstanding starting team this year, and really, that's what got him the victory here tonight, Coach.
Well, yeah, we played, I thought, real well the first half. But the great start always gives you that confidence that you can really be a good night of football.
Here's the give to Sinkink. Powers head off the right side across the 30 to the 32. It'll be a first down. Andy Sinkink with some hard nose running.
Andrew Sinkink for the first down.
41-13, 1:07 to play in this one. Again, we'll have Luke Kane talking to Coach Post on the post-game show. I believe there'll be a 9.2 replay of this one tomorrow morning on Channel 109 on your MediaCom cable systems. Don't know what it is digital-wise, but we'll find that out eventually. Here's the pitch on the right side of Sam Johnson looking to turn upfield, and Johnson gets brought down at the 34-yard line with 40 seconds to play. That might be the end of this game. The thing of it is, a lot of the guys you see out there are a lot of the guys that are on those special teams, game in and game out, Coach, that have really made that special teams unit special this year.
Yeah, and of course, they deserve to get in when it scores like it is, and they
might not have expected to get in tonight, let's be honest. So I think it's just going to be a victory formation for Decorah as Drake Schuring will go down to one knee. And that's that. 19 straight wins for Decorah. 15 straight at home, 17 straight in the regular season. We expected a close ball game tonight. A good start for Decorah. And they never looked back. Decorah 41, West Delaware 13. And let's take a break. For Dick Cuvalier and Troy Whitehill with Edward Jones Investments, Rockweiler Appliance and TV, Hubden Oil and Wicks Construction.